It's just me, Sean, and I'm here letting you know y'all should tune into the streams. I've been here on Twitch. We be having a good time. Tune in. You feel me? Not too loud, not too low, just right. Now look, Pre left a like already. Joel Embiid caught cheating. By the GOAT, Jimmy High Roller. Now look, Jimmy's a GOAT. I missed out. There's 2 videos we're gonna be reacting to.
Okay.
This is one of the first 2.
Is this
Jimmy's a GOAT. A little bit. Pete. I know he's dragging his arms, and Zach can't do anything, but I think raising his arms will make it worse. Maybe. I don't know, actually. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
No, you would be correct. Good job. Okay, it's gonna get a bit harder now. Is this a foul?
I don't know. I need to see it closer. I need to see it closer on the arm.
Any harder? Because if you said no, you again are correct. Now, last question, and this will stump even the biggest hoops fans. Is this a foul? Simon.
Oh, let me see. Oh, nah. No, that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. That's not even his jumper for real. Who's he? What is he? That's not even his jumper.
And you got it right, because of course you did.
No, that was crazy.
Obviously not a foul. At least
I can respect the ones in the paint. That one's crazy.
Or even been around basketball at any capacity in their life. And yet Joel Embiid continues to feast off of these phantom calls night after night. How is he doing this? Has he performed witchcraft on these refs? Does Embiid have
the playing courts.
How is this a foul? Is Joel Embiid cheating the game? Or is
that's a
he
foul.
Just using the
now that's a foul.
Is Joel Embiid
Look, that's a foul.
The game?
You can't even say anything.
Using the rules to his advantage like countless other players before him.
I don't know. Me and the Embiid foul baiting, I feel it with some of them. He's a big man in the paint. He's gonna get his calls. There's nothing about it, bro. You feel me, bro? What is this? Wells Fargo, bro. Who is this, dude? 15 seconds, no skip. YouTube. Do better. Cause what is this? I don't even.
I need to find the best way to learn math.
2 of them.
It's brilliant.org.
Today's video is sponsored by.
And then a 3rd one. I bang with you, Jimmy. I'm gonna have to skip this one, bro. I just went through 2 of them.
For life. That's 2 free wellness shots from 3 available Flickr 75,000s when
Alright, let's see though. We back to it. We back to some hoops.
Do y'all remember back in the early 2000s when Shaquille O'Neal was so dominant that teams would just hack him on purpose to try to stop him? I mean, the strategy was genius.
Ooh.
Throughout his prime,
dang, we tried to swing on him? Hold up. Peek that.
I mean, the strategy was genius.
Shaq wasn't with that, bro. He tried to swing on him.
Send him to the line where he shot an abysmal 52%, and you've essentially found yourself an in-game cheat code. Every time a team fouled Shaq while he was deep in the paint, they saved themselves about a half a point. Foul him enough, and this half-point advantage starts to add up very quickly. And so this is exactly what teams did. From 2000 through 2002,
they can't do that with Embiid. Embiid makes his free throws.
NBA career, he attempted 11.4 free throws a game, leading the league in free throw attempts every season by a wide margin. Over the past 3 seasons, Joel Embiid has averaged 11.8 free throw attempts per game. Let me say that again. Shaquille O'Neal lived in the paint and was getting sent to the line on purpose so much that the act of fouling him literally has its own name, and Joel Embiid somehow shoots more free throws than he did. Ladies and gentlemen, this shouldn't be possible. And
I don't know, the little Pete, bro. I'm gonna try to give Embiid his thing. Embiid handles the ball more than Shaq. Shaq doesn't handle the ball. But you are right.
Throughout the last 45
that is crazy.
Years of modern NBA history, Embiid has more career free throw attempts per game than any other player, with now over 10
never mind. That is crazy.
per game. The first player to climb over double digits since Wilt Chamberlain did it in the 60s. James Harden spent half a decade as the best scorer in the league and was almost disregarded throughout those 4 years because of his foul baiting and rule bending. And even he is all the way down here. But
that's what I was gonna say. Even Harden down there.
Because here are the
Harden's
most
old
frequent
though.
free throw shooters in NBA history based on free throw attempts.
Okay, nice graph.
Here's LeBron. Here's Jordan. Here's James Harden. And way up here is Shaquille O'Neal. And here's Joel Embiid. This is outrageous. The foul merchant label. Embiid
You got to
has
give,
earned
but I will say, yo, some of these older players like Shaq and Harden, they had their tail end of their careers kind of just washed a little bit. Other than Harden still alright. But Shaq, though, after Miami, he's kind of just been, you feel me? He's kind of just been washed to an extent. It wasn't, if you would have done it from a selective time, maybe he would be a little bit more over here. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm the viewer.
May just be the reality of his game. This season, Embiid has
What
been on a tear,
ooh.
averaging the second most points per game in a season in modern NBA history, and being well on his way to winning back-to-back
If he
MVPs.
could play.
It's been a historic season for the big man so far. His team is winning, he's putting up big numbers and historic performances. We should be celebrating Embiid right now, but we're not. The NBA community has collectively turned its back on Joel and rebuked his achievements this season because the man is cheating. Well, not really, but kind of. He isn't breaking any rules or anything. He's just breaking the sort of unwritten code laid in place.
Yeah, see that if that was a foul on Nurkic, if this was a foul on Nurkic, that is crazy. If that's a foul on Nurkic, that is wild.
The antics, the gimmicks, the way he's drawing fouls and flopping all over the court has become so egregious that even 36 points a night has not spared him from criticism. Last week, Embiid had a monster performance against the Spurs,
goes 70.
where he dropped 70 points and 18 rebounds on 68% true shooting.
Yeah, they better not get on him, though. Bro, you need free throws for those.
Ranks as the 4th best single game performance in modern NBA history. But instead of cheers and amazement, fans were left unimpressed, even repulsed by the clinic.
Bro,
Embiid
you
put up
can't take 41 shots in the game. I would expect more, to be honest. This nigga right here does not know hoops. I do not try to discredit him, but no way someone gets 23 free throw attempts. Like 49 without it is still insane, but 23 free throws is wild. See, how do you discredit somebody and give someone credit? Like, bro, he had 29 without them. Bro, 50 points without free throws at all is crazy. With him or not, that is crazy. And y'all just trying to discredit him because of. Bro, it's part of the game. I feel it though. Shoot, not on my team though. You feel me? If he's doing it on my team, hey man, he doing too much. It is.
30% of those points come from the line.
They should be.
How you got to the line was suspect in the first place.
Not even.
Does this performance still have any merit, or is it just one big display of how a player has mastered the loopholes and gimmicks of the game we love? Well, it's probably
I will say the refs probably. How do you
foul Giannis a lot to slow him down?
See, that's
we
a
know
foul.
Kobe Bryant was a master at baiting players into fouls, and we just discussed how Shaq got to the line so much because teams wanted him there. Embiid, on the other hand, is probably closer to a prime James Harden in this sense than he is to a traditional dominant big. For years, NBA fans couldn't stand the way James Harden played the game. His point totals were seen as just a symptom of the way he would.
See, no, that's crazy. You see, you peep, he put his arms on Tristan Thompson. Now, this is crazy. But look, right there. But as soon as he put his arms on him, he knew to take it up because he could just draw it from then on. Nah, see, that's what I'm saying. You cannot. He just manipulating the defense on what he's giving him. Bro, free throws with free throws. It's easy for them. It's not about viewing for them. They trying to win.
Actually worked in the playoffs, but they never quite did. Embiid, at least at this moment, is cut from the same cloth. Crazy numbers, historic nights. While
Harden got hold though. Bro played against the KD Warriors, and Game 7 it just happened. Everybody wasn't able to hit threes. Harden different than Embiid. Come on.
Scoring titles off of seemingly pure tricks and schemes.
My boy Jay Will.
This is the general perception right now. But is this the reality of Embiid's game, or are we just a bit too skeptical of his dominance?
Whoa.
Here's a game where Shaquille O'Neal scored his career-high 61 points during the 1999-2000 NBA season. By this point, the hack-a-Shaq was in full effect. Teams were fouling the man just to stop him from scoring in the post. But look at some of these foul calls throughout this game. This doesn't appear to be a foul, and yet it was called as one. This was also called a foul, and so was this. Here's a shooting foul where the defense hardly even made contact.
Oh, they just touched it. That's crazy.
That really didn't need to be called. Throughout this game, Shaq got to the line 12 times. These phantom calls made up 6 of those trips.
Yeah, but you just hear what he said. Out of all those times, you only got to the line
Shaq
12
got to the line
times.
12 times.
That is crazy.
These phantom calls made up 6 of those trips and 8 extra points on the board for the big man. Here's a game from Michael Jordan's 1989-1990
That is crazy.
season.
12
the
only.
game where he scored a career-high 69 points. And by this point,
Nice.
he was the NBA's premier superstar. And so he got superstar calls, like this one. And this one.
See, they need to be talking about that for Shea.
And
Come
this
on,
one,
bro.
too.
He's a
In
guard.
fact,
He's a guard. There's the difference. There's a difference between guards and centers, bro.
during
I
this
don't know who
away
she's
game,
talking about.
Cavaliers fans were losing it over the disparity in calls and favoritism the
Who
refs
was
were
he?
showing Michael.
Mm.
Cleveland wanted to get a foul against Jordan. It didn't come. Two with another rebound.
I'm trying to see the chat up. New vid. Hey, my boy. How you doing, Evan? How you doing, my dog? I'm people that you've been streaming. You've been streaming earlier, too. Usually, whenever I seen you stream, it'd be my random times I wake up in the morning, 3 in the morning. I see you streaming. Let me tune in with you. I've been seeing that you've been popping in. You've been starting streaming at like 5ish, 6ish a little bit. I've been tuning in a little bit. I've been tuning in. I be at work most of the time at 5 to 6 though. But I've been tuning in.
The existence of superstars getting treated different than other players is
It
not
has been a new
to the
vid. I
NBA.
appreciate it. I
And show you
appreciate
all
that. I
of this to say
appreciate that.
Not only is Joel Embiid not the first player to use the rules to his advantage, but he's also not the first player to receive favorable superstar treatment. A few years ago, Peter Lee, a data analyst and NBA fan, wrote a great piece about the idea of superstar calls and the validity of their existence. Within his research,
I don't know what that
collected
word means.
all of the last
validity?
2-minute data from the NBA dating from 2015 to 2019 and put each type of foul within these reports into different categories. Incorrect calls, or calls made when there wasn't actually a foul, and incorrect no calls, which is when a player got fouled but no call was made. He then gave an advantage rate and a disadvantage rate by comparing the rates at which players received correct calls or incorrect calls, and if the call was in their favor or not. He then categorized every player in the league based on merit into 3 tiers: superstars, stars, and non-stars. Now, what makes
Okay.
this research
I need to see
next
this.
level
I need to
is
see
that
this.
last 2-minute data is the most objective method to review officiating in the NBA. Since its introduction in 2015, last 2-minute data documents every call made within the last 2 minutes of every game that is within 3 points. All of these calls are then reviewed and reported by a league operations team to determine the accuracy of each and every call. As Peter mentions in his article, they provide transparency to referee performance and the closest thing that we have to objective truth when it comes to the accuracy of a call or no call. And within his data, Peter tracked over 38,000 of these calls from nearly 2,000 games from 2015 to 2019. And after reviewing this data, he concluded that superstars are over 20% more likely to be advantaged on offensive calls compared to even stars of the league. In other words, superstars are more likely to get a foul call where there wasn't a foul
It makes sense, though.
20% more often than anyone else. Overall, the referees tend to swallow their whistle, make incorrect no calls at a relatively even rate across all player groups, but are more likely to give lenient foul calls to superstars on offense.
Which is crazy. If you really
Superstars
think about it,
receive-
bro, if I'm a role player, I'm mad. Cause my ass is I'm trying to guard myself for Devin Booker, whoop-de-woo. I'm locking in. I'm locking in on defense. I'm getting in my defensive stance and everything. I'm out here, got my hands wide. I do I put my hand on his waist for 1 second, boom, that's a foul. Come on, bro. I'm on the offensive side. I'm trying to twing, hey, hit it, I get slapped all up, boom, 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 take it, no foul. He do the same thing though. It's gonna be a call though.
Preferential treatment
Man, I'll
on
be
both
mad.
offense and defense
Shoot, I'm in the
compared
league
to
though.
stars
Can't be
and
too mad.
non-stars. They are most likely to
Can't be
receive
too mad. I'm
incorrect foul
coolin'.
calls on offense and commit incorrect no calls on defense, which proves the existence of superstar calls even in the last 2 minutes of close games. It's a fantastic article, and I've left a link in the description if anyone wants
Appreciate
to check
it.
it out.
My
And
bad.
all of
I'll
this
be
data
home.
just confirms what we
This
already knew.
Embiid.
Superstars get calls. So then why is Joel Embiid getting criticized for being on the receiving end of this star treatment when countless players
My boy
before
Kobe
him
White
did the
out
same
there.
thing?
Gallo,
Joel
Thunder
Embiid
Legend.
is the
Lock in.
reigning
Damn.
MVP and scoring champion.
Jimmy
Of course,
Grant,
he's
another
gonna get
Thunder
some
Legend.
favorable calls going his way. But just like referees give preferential treatment to superstars, fans give preferential treatment to certain players as well. Specifically, players who have proven that their tactics and antics actually work when it matters. 36 points per game is no fluke. But when your production and efficiency plummet by nearly 25% in the postseason, and your superpowers wear off when your team needs you most, all of a sudden that
this year though is the year though. In terms of if he is buns again in the in the playoffs, he's just a certified playoff choker. There's nothing about it. This is at the peak of his prime, to be honest. He has a team around him. He has a coach, everything. If he does not perform well, at least doesn't make it past the second round, he's just a playoff choker. Ain't nothing more about it, bro.
Feels a bit fraudulent.
I mean, not everyone could be a winner, I guess.
At this point in his career, Embiid's reputation precedes him. And right now, even above his incredible scoring abilities, his reputation is a choke artist. The man is a legit megastar, but it is still difficult to just look past his playoff blunders. You want to know if a player's play style is actually effective? If it's more than just a quick
I do not want to see the Sixers win.
And as great as he's been in the regular season, it's hard to look at Embiid's performances this year without the lens of skepticism because of his playoff lows. Right now, he exists within the same vein as players like Allen Iverson and James Harden. MVP caliber players, scoring fiends, and offensive juggernauts who continue to fall flat when it mattered most.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Two things. Again, the Harden thing, I understand completely, except Harden's prime. He made it to the conference finals. Plus, Harden's teams were, I won't say worse than Embiid's, but the talent around him was worse. You know what I mean? The Chris Paul year, they had Chris Paul, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker. Did they have the Trevor Ariza during the time? They had Clint Capella. I know that for sure. They had Ryan Anderson maybe. Who else they had? Who was they for? Who was that was like about 2018. That was about like 6 years ago. Damn, I'm getting old. Let me finish this.
Embiid cheating the game of basketball? No.
But not an AI, bro. AI 6 foot. Come on. Him even making it that far is crazy.
And he's also not the first player to receive criticism for it. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
Until next time. I appreciate that, Jimmy. Good video, Jimmy. Good video.